Hey guys, Vilba here. Getting on to piece number 2. Same day, probably you can see. Gotta wait for the water and the tank to fill up so I can go pump the water. Open gift. Open gift box. Piece number 2 of the gifted series. Sometimes you gotta open your gifts and let others see them. That's the essence of this box. That's the essence. That's the essence. You gotta show people your gifts. So anyway, I don't want to do a lot of nonsense. So the color is dark blue and gold and sky blue metallic. What the hell was I on? Cream. Okay, so I get this is blue. The theme for this one is the blue. So I don't have metallic blue, but I will. Oh, I think I do. Do I? No. I don't do. I don't do. I don't do. So the box the box will be turquoise. The box. So, sorry. Welcome to piece number. Of course, this is gonna be gold, so you know by now. So I'm trying to get my goals. I want to get my goals. Yes, me goals. So, and we begin. So, you've been given gifts by the Lord. Do you close them up? Do you bury them? Like that servant who the master went out of town to inherit a new kingdom, gave out talents to his servants. To one he gave one, to another he gave two, and to another he gave five. Guess which one did the thing? Numero uno. Numero uno was like, my master thinks I am stupid. He gave me one talent. I am going to keep the talent for him. So up he goes, digs a hole, and fire in the hole, fire in the hole. I shouldn't make so much noise because people are asleep in the house. There, I got the turquoise. I got a bit of turquoise. I've decided to go with this gold. This gold. So, got talent, went and dug a hole, put the talent there. Did his hands like, it will wait for master. I go do other things. I went. The servant who got two was like, my master trusts me with this. Let me do something with it. Multiplied it to 4. By the time the master was ready to come, 4 talents were blossoming and growing. The one with the 5 talents, the parable of the talents. Parable of the talents. That is in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 14 to 30. A master leaves his servants with charge of his wealth while on a long journey. One servant receives 5 talents, like I said, another one 2, and another one based 1. All based on their capacity. The master was like, you are capable of 5. You are capable of 2, Jane. Peter, you're capable of 1. Peter was like, hey, this one I'll keep it here. Jane was like, master, thank you. I will multiply this. And maybe Gloria was like, master, thank you for trusting me with 5. I will multiply them. So one day the master decides to return to check on his work. And he arrives, there's pomp and celebration, and the servants present themselves before the master. And first servant goes, summoned, what doest thou with the talent that I gave thee? And he comes out proudly, wearing nice lavish clothes, and says, Master, because I knowest thou, my master, to be a shrewd businessman, I know that you do not like to reap. You like to reap where you did not sow. I took your talent and I put it in the ground, and therefore waited for you to come so that I can give you back your one talent. And he proudly goes and says, Master, take your talent. Here it is. Master looks at him and he's like, uh, let me hear the other ones. The talents of the servant of the two comes, Master, you gave me 2 talents, I grew them to 4. Here are thou talents, my master. And then the Lord, or the master, the Lord of the estate says, well done, good and faithful servant. For this I have added you more to manage. And they bowed. And then Gloria comes in with her 5 talents. And the Lord asks, what thou did doest with thy talents that I bequeath thee? And Gloria said, Master, because I know you're a merciful and gracious master, you gave me 5, and I have multiplied them and I've grown them. And I took care of them until they grew into 10. Master, givest thou back to you thy 10 talents. Master was very impressed. Well done, good and faithful servant. To you I givest double of what you have brought me. To the one servant, the master turned and said, because you are those big words the Bible uses, because you are a lazy servant, and you knew that I reap where I do not sow, therefore you did not do anything. Take him, guards, take him, throw him out, so that he can be eaten, and his life will be of no use to me. His life is of no use to me now. The master servant, oh, master, master, please forgive servant. Master, master, servant was wrong. No, servant, you are a bad servant. You never thought that your master would require of you growth for what he gave you. Master, I will not do it again. Give me more time. Master, master, master. It was no. Master said, go, throw him. His life kaput. That happened. So, your talent, you're a gift that has been given. You must open it sometimes and use it to serve people. Show it to people, to serve them, serve God by serving people through the talents he has given you. Therefore, that is the gifted one series, piece number 2, explanation. So, be a faithful servant. Use what the Lord, the master of the estate, has given you, so that when he comes with his mighty throng of angels, and when he calls you upon the stand, what doest thou with the talent that I gave you? You are able, oh, very itchy. What doest thou with the talents that I gave you? You are able to account for it. Don't bury it in the ground. This is what that series is meant to evoke. So when I do put it on canvas and I do the explanation, I will come back to this video and use it as a reference, because sometimes I forget. I have too many words running in my mind. Sometimes I forget. So that is the gifted one series. So the colors that I've chosen for this one, as you heard me say myself, what the hell was I thinking? Was I high on something? No, I was not high on something. I was just, so I believe I'm gonna have to add one more piece, so that they are double. It's not gonna be a triple like I thought. Double. You cannot use this to blackmail me. I've put it out there willingly. That's how crazy and stupid I am. That's how childish I am. I'm a 36-year-old child who likes to watch it cartoons. You cannot scare me. I know what I'm doing. It's getting a little bit hot. And the way it's been raining. Let me remove my furry. This is not animal fur. So don't come at me with Peter, save animals. Or some people come, no, you say I. It's a tool. I'm just trying to make my art come to life. So, I'm doing the grand crown of the present. I call it the grand crown of the present because me, if you bring me a present, a gift that has no bow, that is wrapped exquisitely and extrapolated very well, that gift does not make sense to me. Feels like it was unthought of. Anyway, your gifts must be well wrapped. Don't just go ahead. Here's my gift. Well, take it. I make sweaters, and then you make shitty sweaters. No. Package them. Use that gift to do beautiful, wonderful things. Serve the Lord. Your God has a beautiful, beautiful land called heaven. He's given you beauty through your body, your face, and all that. And then you want to go and give something, do for a client something shoddy and shitty. Yeah, it's my gift, but I don't like to do it nicely. Do it nicely. So in here is hot water, like you can see from the flask. It's getting a little bit colder, so if my mom hears that, she goes, I told you not to place those things there. You're going to burn that thing. You're going to spoil that kettle. And I'll be like, okay, I had you the first time. I also had you the second time. So anyway, you gotta wrap your gifts. Don't be just shoddy. Present your talent to the world in a presentable manner. I have a restaurant, and then your plates are broken. Your tables are dirty. Even people will not enjoy that food that you know how to cook very well. Be clean, be methodically balanced, well laid out. Lay out your things, lay out your wares in a beautiful manner. Kizuri chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. If you do something really good, people are gonna love it. If you do something really shitty, people are gonna say it's really. Then you're gonna come here with feelings and emotions, and then you're gonna come here saying people don't appreciate me, they don't know how much I work hard. Yeah, no. People know how hard you work. You just presented your gift in an unpalatable manner. So learn to present your gifts. Once you learn to present them, then open them to the world, and then let the world see you serve them with them as the Lord intended. And as always, as I always say, do all things for the goodness and glory of the Lord. That is what matters. We are not here to please ourselves. We are here to please the Lord. And with what He has given us, it must please Him. We must use it for His progress, for His continuation, for His advancement of the gospel. Therefore, I decided long ago that I will never be a preacher, but I will preach through my art, my books, and everything else that the Lord puts in my heart to do. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do with you this first part, then go check on the tank, how far along it is, and if it's at a level that I can go bang, 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 because right now it is 11:53, so I should go pump the water for an hour and a half till 1:30, 2:30, sorry, and then go hit the sack. So by then I hope I will be done, and if not, we will continue this shebang tomorrow. But in the meantime, I've done the gift, so I'm gonna decide on the box off camera, and then I'm gonna come place you back once I have decided, because once I walk out to go pump the water, I have to pause you, otherwise you'll be stuck here seeing an empty space. Ooh, nobody here except just empty space. I watch too many movies and I watch too many cartoons. But they keep me lively and bubbly. For those who know me, they be like, "Oh, she's so moody." I'm not moody. I am so creative. It's just I not find a good place to give my creativity out. If I am quiet around you, just know you're boring. You didn't interest me in any way, or just know I can't place you in my mind. I'm like, where does she fit in? Where does it fit? Show me, show me. I don't want to be. No, that's not me. I go quiet. I can't fit you in my space. I'm like, I can't do anything about it, but I certainly will keep quiet, and I will keep off, and I will do that. But if I am free with you, if you know me, you know I am this mature. I am 5 years mature. I am 15 years old. And I love being 15. That's not right. Yeah, but I love being in touch with my little me. The me that dreamed of so much. I don't know whether is this a long sleeve or a short sleeve. It's a long sleeve, so it's definitely the hand. So gonna do that, and I'm gonna do something for you. I'm gonna make the hand a little e. So these are the corrections that I'm talking about. They sometimes come across that way. Proportionality stays focused. Ouch. Hear ye, hear ye. The king of the land has announced a contest. He who can draw him naked will get the biggest ton of gold. He who can tell him how naked he is will get a ton of gold. If I can tell the king is naked, that's how I get this gold. I will run for it. The day of the festival comes and they all go to present their ways. King, thou art naked, nakedest as a bosom of a horse and behind of a horse. Thou is so naked, thou is so ugly, thou is so left open to the disgrace of thy authority. And the king gets so mad. How dare you, peasant! Everybody's there shocked like, but the contest was for us to tell you how naked we are and how to paint you naked. Because if the rules have changed and you're angry, how are we supposed to do that? So anyway, mad stories. So the king ends up off with their heads. Thou cannot draw me when I am naked. I am not naked. I am fully clothed. But everybody could see the king is naked. They could see his big belly. It's getting bigger, and bigger. His head was getting bigger with stupidity and about to burst. But nobody could tell him. Because he had now made it a law after saying that people can come and freely draw him and tell him how naked he is and where he's naked. And he would clothe himself. People were like, no, the king is a liar. The king is a petty man. If we tell him how naked he is, he lashes out and cuts our heads off. Even his own soldiers were scared of him because If they went and tried to point to him, Master, thou naked on the behind, he would ask them, why thou lookest at my behind, and to see if it's naked. Don't you see that you are degrading my authority and all that? So the entire land developed an avast fear that even when somebody tried to say the word naked, people would hide under their beds because they know the king would be coming with his marching army. Ta, 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 ta. Who said the king is naked? Who said the king is naked? Thou says the king is naked. So everybody would hide under their beds because nobody wanted to hear the marching of the redcoats. So one day, the gods of that land, the god of that land, decided, you know what? I'm gonna make this king go loco. So the lord of that land, the god of that land, echoed from his heavenly realm and said, King, thou is naked. So it came down, like a wave of the wind and echo. So while the king was standing looking at his vast, magnificent kingdom that cannot tell him he's naked, it's poor, its streets are sprawling with cat litter, all sorts of litter, but nobody could tell him the cities are dirty because he hated being told he's naked. And then while he's standing there looking, oh, I should get another crown. I should add more emeralds and rubies, and I should get new rings. I should add a little bit fabric over my belly because it's big and it's about to burst with greed. He hears, oh king, thou is naked. the echo. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then it's like, what? O king, thou is naked, naked as thou canst be, naked as the behind of a baby. The king went whoopty whoopty. And it's like, gather everybody, that street down there. I've heard them speaking, they're saying I'm naked. So people were rounded up, and if you did not say that, if you did not accept that you said the king was naked, you were given 20 lashes of the king. And this went on for a couple of days, where the king would be standing in his garden and then a wind would come. O king, thou is naked, a different voice. So the god of the land decided to play with this king with different voices. Today it is a woman, today it's a man, today it's an old man, a child. So every time he would go outside, while he's there enjoying the whiff of the beautiful flowers that he had hoarded that were only in his garden, and the other land, parts of the land were nothing. So while he's there walking and gallivanting with his big stomach and his naked big behind walking there, he heard a child speak, oh king, thou is naked, naked, naked. And then the voice laughed. And when the king looked back, who said that? Get that child here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Trouble came. All children were gathered there. And you know what is so beautiful about children? They will speak the truth, especially children who are still young, who have not been indoctrinated by society. They will speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So the king gathers all the children and their parents and says, all the children must say who said the king is naked, 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 because he repeated in that voice. So everybody started laughing. People are laughing. It's true, he's naked. And then one of the small girls there stands and says, but king, you're naked. Everybody looked at her. What? Yeah, and then the children stood up and said, yes, why aren't you telling the king is naked? And the children, the parents said, don't say, you're going to be put in the dungeon. Then the king stands and says, in his booming voice, take those children to the dungeon and leave them there. Then The children that were being taken were also children, part of the children of his servants. So everybody starts looking at him like, even the servants are like, there's no way I'm taking my child for the dungeon for you. After all, you're naked. But it's true, sir. The entire kingdom went up in unison because kids spoke without fear. They spoke and said, but the king is naked. So the chant was, the king is naked, the king is naked. Then while the king is outraged there, gods, anybody take it, da, 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 you know, all the madness of tyrants, the god of the land appears and says, oh, big, fat, and king who thought you ruled the world. You ruled your country with an iron fist. You have chosen to even terrorize these little ones that are precious to me. I have therefore decided to come down and deal with you personally. And because I am a personal God, I've decided it is your turn to feel what your people have been feeling for years and years and years and years of neglect. You took everything, you cocooned it to yourself and your cronies and your tyrannical, slithering mini serpents. Now I will take everything away from you, and I will put a new king over you who will tax you everything. And the people will demand everything that you have taken from them. You will be to the bare minimum. You will go down on your feet and be like your people were for 5 years. The king tried to say, oh, I'm sorry, I will change, I was doing it for you. You know, authority must be respected. I was teaching them to respect you. There are better ways that you can do that, the Lord of the land said, the God of the land said. But master, if I let them disrespect authority, authority is given by you, they would disrespect even you in prayer. And the Lord of the land, the God of the land said, that is for me to judge, not for you to execute. I judge according to how I know. My judgment is not your judgment. My ways are not your ways. Every child of mine, I visit them individually. Who are you to tell me that I should uphold punishment for my children when they come and ask me for forgiveness, even when they cajole you, even when they say you are naked, even when they deny that authority cannot extend past where it's not supposed to extend? The king was left speechless, and that is the end of our story. See you in the next part. I'm doing the skin part. I'm gonna pause, go put on the pump, then come back and continue with you. I will continue the story when I'm almost doing the final part. Then I will tell you what happened to the king who was naked, who did not want people to tell him he was naked. Why do I say the king was naked? He never served his people. Nakedness, he couldn't be told his mistakes. He didn't want to accept, he didn't want to acknowledge that he had not served his people. He gobbled up everything. Every evening he was there. Oh, I love broccoli. Oh, yeah, go, steak, everything. He ate everything. Money for schools, money for roads, money for houses, money for agricultural projects, money to build dams, and so much more. So, I am almost done. There is a incessant housefly that has come from nowhere. So, that is it. What I have chosen to go with. Sorry, I finished the skin color. on the top there, because it was supposed to be coral. And then I pause for a minute. I pause for a minute. I go to the loo so that I can help me seal. So yeah, so now we continue with the story. So the naked king was made to live a life of extreme poverty, to experience how the people that he was supposed to rule over diligently were expecting him to live by the king, by the god of the land, the king of the land, because that is the ultimate king. God is the ultimate king of any land. So the king was punished. So he would walk, he would live in the lowliest of places, and every day that he would come out with his minions, they would be shouted with bells ringing, shame, 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 you're naked, you're naked, you've always been naked, you've always been naked. And that man was angry. That man got pink and red and was almost going, was almost bursting out of his seams. There is no way that he could escape that punishment, because it was the god of the land, the god of the realm, that enforced it. Word got around to other realms and other kings that the god of the land, the god of the realm, had come down to that kingdom. Let's call it Antiochus. So the kingdom of Antiochus, news got around to the other kingdoms, the Lores, let's call them Lores, Vala, Metronus, and even in faraway seas, continents in faraway seas, heard of in the continent of Salapojus, and Alkebulan. You know which one is Alkebulan? So what God, all the way there, that the Lord of the realm had decided to punish the king, the ruler of Antiochus. Every king was scared. They started looking at how they could serve their people better. They started doing campaigns where they would set up tents and they would be giving away food, fabrics, rolls of fabric. They would be giving away school vouchers. They would be giving away vouchers for food. They would be giving away all sorts of things so that their people can be comfortable, because they were scared of receiving the same punishment of being stripped of everything and being left naked, like the king of Antiochus had been left. And there was a great change in the land, in the entire continent and the entire world, in the continents of the world. The other kings learned from the punishment of Antiochus, but the king of Antiochus did not learn. By the time he tried to mount an assault to try and overthrow the people and the new king that they had chosen with the express authority of the Lord of the realm, of the God of the realm, it was too late. He sealed his fate. The God of the realm said, I have seen that you are not a man who can reflect on your ills and wrongdoings and reach an amicable decision whereby you agree you have been on the wrong and you deserve the punishment that you got. Therefore, because you have done this thing that is grave before me, I have banished you from the city of eternal, the celestial eternal city. You will never make it there. You will stay out there with the Lord of the dark realm, where you've been spending most of your time getting advice from using your minions. You will spend your time there, and I will strip you of this body. You will be a bodiless soul that will just wisp and wither away in the dark realm. You will only be a shell of your former self. And the king was haggard and livid. How dare you, God, how dare you punish me? Do you know me? Just as he was about to raise a mighty attack against the new king, the god of the realm intervened, and in the flash of an eye, Mans was gone. Mans was gone. So instead of the king, the naked king, using his gifts to serve his people, he used his gifts to amass wealth to the detriment of his own people. He never cared if the education system of the land dilapidated. He never cared if the roads were impassable. He never cared if hospitals were not operating. People died left, right, and center because, dude, don't you dare tear. If he never cared if people died out of road carnage because potholes, flooding, and everything was happening in the land of Antiochus. He just cared about how much he could get for him and for his children. And to make matters worse, the god of the land decided that the punishment for the king would be visited upon the children as well, because they were complicit. They were mature enough to know that whatever their naked father was doing was wrong, and they could have refused to partake, or they could have decided that despite the fact that our king, our father, is this way, whatever he gives us, we are going to use it to help the little people that we can. The kids turned out to be exactly like the father: prideful, arrogant, irritating, unimpressive. There was nothing impressive about those little monsters. They were of the same cloth. They were cut from the same cloth that their father and mother were. Don't even get me started on their mother. Their mother was another Jezebel. When the land was busy suffering here, she was busy hiring seers to formulate false prophecies, telling them how the god of the realm had bestowed leadership upon the naked king, her husband, and how they should obey, and how authority should not be looked down upon because it would be looking down upon the god of the realm. That sort of nonsense that we now get in our country. So, or in our countries. So in the end, they got the same fate. Wisps to the realm of darkness, to be ruled and controlled by the Dark Lord. They were left to the whims of the Dark Lord. And that is the end of our story. So I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna come back and I'll show you the final piece. So this piece and the other sister piece are gonna have the same color, and this other one and the other one are gonna have the same color. So we're getting there, we're getting there. So we are back. We're back with a bang like we never left. So when you are given talents of leadership, when you're given gifts of leadership, use them to serve the people, not to serve your interests. Because at the end of it all, when the Lord of the realm decides to act, You'll be thrown out of the celestial city, and you'll be made to endure the pain and suffering of the people that you were supposed to take care of, that you never took care of. If you are greedy and you are focused on yourself and self alone, you will live to regret that choice. So there ends the story of the naked king. So that's just a story I came up with on the whim. It's almost in line with the one of my books that I'm writing, The King Who Never Listened, but I just decided to do a spin-off. Welcome to Storytime by Night. I'm not gonna do that. Welcome to Storytime by Sus. Because this my book is wanting to lose its page, I have to do that now. I don't want it to lose its page. I can see it's losing its page, so I will have to go cell tape it together. In the background there, I am listening to Mr. Matiangi. Omugusi must get a dose of Ekewusi. So yeah, the gifts that you've been given, they are not for you to use for your own benefit. You can use them this, but they are for you to serve God's people. And to serve God by serving his people. To give glory to the King of Heaven. And to give glory to yourself. So when the box is open, when your gifts are open, you're sharing them, you're using them. So we started with the first page, recognizing you have a gift. Second page, what you gotta do with that gift. The third one, how you present that gift. How you present that gift. How you present that gift for the glory of God to the world. So, I didn't lose my train of thought for this one. And even if I did, that's the fun and beauty of art, because if I come here with structured stories, then it looks like I'm fake. You're getting the raw me, the real me, the crazy Semua who puts color pencils in her mouth to give them zivavavum while waiting for her mother's water tank to fill up so that she can go pump water for the house so they don't wake up and find there is no water in the house, no water in the house. Oh, yeah. The way I'm making those voices, my dogs can hear me, so they're barking outside. It's like they think it's somebody who's doing something in the house, but it's just a me. You're naked, naked, naked. And the king was mad, 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 I tell you. He almost lost it. He almost did what? Lost it. 1, 2. So because they're gonna be two. That was so funny. That was Matiang saying that this government confused education because they're so stupid. That's why I was laughing, just like I think like a little girl. So I'm almost done. And then we call it an expedition. You watch me doing my arty, arty, arty. I'm likey and I like it, like it, like it, like it. I'm likey and I like it, like it, like it, like it. La 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 la. Mercy, I'm kissy and I like it. Kissy, kissy, kissy. I'm kissy and I like it. Kissy, kissy, kissy. I no longer listen to most secular music anymore because I noticed that most secular music opens doorways and gateways to demonic entities demoralizing and entering your world and making you feel, especially because I used to love listening to rock music. I came to realize that it just gave me nothing but depression. So nowadays that I since I changed that and I sing a lot of Seventh Day Adventist hymns and I do a lot of gospel songs, and I also have my songs that are written that are gospel. I listen to them like I love it. I am at that place where I'm like, you cannot get me through that music, but if you can try, God is there. But if you can try, God is there to shield me, mold me, shape me, make me whole. That's the title of one of my songs. Mold me, shape me, make me whole. Take my heart, take my soul, and the clay you are the key. Perfect vessel, let me be. If you hear it with the acoustics, it sounds amazing. And I think I'm gonna do an a cappella version for you guys one of these fine days. Yeah, get to see my crazy, crazy, crazy world. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, this is a 36-year-old person doing those things like my precious. Yeah, I was supposed to put that in the mouth and then I've done the opposite. 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 I've done the opposite. Opposite completely. And because okay, a girl baby is about done. I had a person who loved calling me a girl baby. When I was young, that was very nice. I was like, okay. Now you call me a girl baby, and I'm like, yes. How can I help you? I am old and wise, and I still got my girly giggly, but I set fire to the rain. I set fire to the rain was one song that I loved, but I no longer subscribe to, and it feels good. Yeah, that world is sometimes very and it ignores and gnaws at you, tries to bring me back my subject. back my person that I want to leech on. But once you get out of that, the peace that you find helps you create things that are meaningful, things that are je ne sais quoi, things that are beautiful in their own way because they have been made beautiful by God. And because they are pegged and chained to God, they are of a different level. They are methodically well planned out. Forgot to black here. Okay. Amkisi will always be Amkisi. That's not what we want to do with the schools. I strengthen the institutions. Wow, no, Montekra want to be in the Amusi will be always a Musi. Ukiona unalenze vindogo te yawa ndonga yenara masoma Amusi is always speaking from the mind. Literally, we ask you sensible questions. Sasa umeniambia hivi na hivi. Sasa wewe unaona hiki kitu kwa akili yako inafanya kazi kweli? That's the kissing mindset. Mtu anakwambia ati wewe panda gari tu tutaenda. Mwingine atakuuliza, kwani wewe unaendanga safari kama hujui mahali unaenda bila nguo? Si unajipanga, unachua uambiwe mahali unaenda ufike huko. Ujue vile utatoka tu fwa. Don't laugh at me when you watch this, but I love being kissy. It is beautiful because we get to speak sense and still make you question your entire existence. Being a kissy is fun. You see why I'm laughing like that? Because sometimes we ask each other, you know, like the way this man is talking, Machengi is like, sasa ulipata system inafanya vizuri, wewe umeenda umeleta vitu zako za kwa simu, alafu unaanza kuambia watu zinafanya. Alafu watu wakwambia zifanye unakasirikia watu. Sasa asifanyi. Wewe unaona ni ujinga gani? Sasa like now saying you ni ujinga gani sasa hiyo unafanya? And it's like you're asking me to describe security. There's nothing there. See, sorry, I'm about to start speaking kissy. So yeah, kisses will always speak their mind. And that's a beautiful thing sometimes to our own detriment, but all for the goodness and glory of the Lord to make you bring back your senses. There is piece number 2 of the Gifted Ones series. So what I'm gonna do right now, I do the video for your short, then if I talk I pause it, of course, and if you hear me speaking in the middle, that's the process. So here is piece number 2 of the Gifted Ones series. Done the colors. I wasn't sure those colors were gonna work, but they don't look bad, they look okay. I'm proud of them. I appreciate them. Okay, so Gifted Ones, piece number 2. So here is piece number 2 of the Gifted Ones series. So the next or the last piece, the sister piece for this that I will do on the back page, I gotta check if I have an extra page left here, or I will do it in an I know, I've seen where I will do it. So this is piece number 2, so it will have the same color with piece number 4, and then piece number 1 and piece number 3 will have the same color. So I'm sorry I have to keep quiet because sometimes I have to do that. And I'm also listening to something very sensible there. So this is the process of the making of the YouTube shorts and the videos for you. So you're watching me do a video within a video within a video. What a great time to be alive for you. What a lovely time to be alive for you. Ooh, the magic behind the curtains. So, anyway, I am done. So, piece number 2 of the Gifted One series. And as usual, Vilba is so pleased that you tagged along. All 10 of you who watch these videos, I am so appreciative of you. Much love to you. Much love to you. So, as usual, I will sign out with, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. And from me, Vilba, and my Gifted One series piece number 2, I say peacefully and with a lot of love, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe as usual. And let's grow at the pace that God wants us to grow. And see you in the next part of this series, which is piece number 3, the making. So, Vilba out. Catch you later. Bye bye and au revoir.